Security forces in Indian-administered Kashmir have killed 2 militants in an operation to end a siege on a government building. Fighters stormed the compound on Monday. It's the latest unrest in the region since a militant commander was killed back in July. A month later, the government imposed a curfew and cracked down on protests. More than 90 people have been killed and 9,000 others have been injured. Let's get more on this and speak to journalist Parvaiz Bukhari, who is live for us in Srinagar with the very latest. Parvaiz, good to see you. Bring us up to date in terms of this latest standoff. What exactly is going on?
The militants basically 2 days ago, this is the third day now, they entered this building. It's one of the few multi-story buildings located on the highway which houses the government-run Entrepreneurship Development Institute. The fact that this gun battle or the standoff between the militants and the soldiers have lasted this long is precisely because the building is a very, very strong one. And perhaps the militants chose to attack from there because it's a building that can be used as a very, very strong bunker and can survive long from inside this building. We must understand that whenever gun battles happen between soldiers and suspected militants, which are which are regular now and are increasing in their frequency, they last just a few hours, just a few minutes, and most usually end up in the death of the militants. In this case, that's precisely not something that has happened, precisely because they are inside a very, very strong concrete building. That's why it has lasted so long. And the forces have had to pound it with grenades and flamethrowers and whatnot to eliminate the militants or force them out. That has not happened so far.
Parvaiz, we're now entering the 4th month, I believe, of the lockdown in Kashmir. It doesn't appear like the violence is getting any better. What exactly are the conditions in Kashmir? What's it like to live there?
A strike has continued. We still don't have the shops, schools, businesses, banks have still not opened. The strikes have entered a 4th month. And people are very, very defiant. The fact of the matter is that people have been protesting for what they say right to self-determination. They be asked whether Kashmir can become independent or remain with India or with Pakistan. But unfortunately, there has been absolutely no political initiatives from New Delhi or between New Delhi and Islamabad or New Delhi and Srinagar. So the protests have continued. And even today, as we speak, Srinagar is under curfew partly because this is Muharram and partly because there are apprehensions of protests still spreading. So the standoff in that sense also on the ground in Kashmir Valley continues. Protests and lockdown and crackdowns. The government forces, police have arrested thousands of protesters. And every day we hear scores of suspected protesters being arrested. So there is virtually no change. It's a standoff on the ground in that sense also between the government and the residents of Kashmir.
Okay, Parvaiz, many thanks for bringing us up to date with the situation there. Parvaiz Bukhari there for us live in Srinagar.